Yo, 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 yo. It is your boy, Anubis Can't Be Stopped, and we are about to come out here kicking it like the dragons that we know we are. We are about to rumble upon rumble. We are about to go into conflict, and we are going to play 10 rounds, and then we're going to go over everything that I got for the 10 rounds that I fought, and I fought hard. Let me tell you something. This is my all red pestilence build. This is going to be one of those builds that, hey, you either got it or you don't. You either with it or you won't. You either bring the pain or you feel the pain. Because I'm going to tell you right now, wearing perfect glass cannon is a challenge. But if you play tactical, you play smart, you play to win, you will win. But it's going to take a little hit. It's going to take a little elbow grease, and it's going to take a little grit. When I say grit, I mean the grit of the fact that you are wearing literally tissue paper against a machine gun. That is not an exaggeration for wearing a perfect glass cannon. You are literally wearing tissue paper against a machine gun. That is correct. You are trying to protect yourself from hells of bullets and hopefully take out your target. But of course, the Plague of the Outcast is always one of those things that has always been one of the top tier talents in the game. I'm so glad the Pestilence got the buff that it needed. One other gun I would love to see buffed to high heaven would be the Bullet King. I would love to see the Bullet King with over 130k or 140k base damage. I think that would be an absolute monster as well for those who love LMGs. I decided to make this conflict video like this and bring all the pain and the rain and things of that nature, my victories, my losses, all that stuff to the forefront, because a lot of people think that conflict is dead, but conflict is not dead. Conflict has a lot of good potential still. And unfortunately, you know how the state of the game goes. Like one day it's up, one day it's down, one day you win, one day you lose. You know how that goes. But nonetheless, we are out here trying to rumble and have fun and do all the things that we want to do in the game, you know? So, being that I've been watching this game and playing this game for some time, conflict has evolved over the times. One, when we first came into conflict, it was all about the newest meta, the newest weapon. What else was it? It was a lot of random stuff that was going on back in the day with conflict. And we had damage glitches. We've had people that would shrapnel trap you to death. I love the shrapnel trap. I wish they would bring it back to its original glory with the high damage that it had. I think the shrapnel trap needs a reprieve. Let's bring that back. We nerfed that to the ground, and I think that tactic wise it would be beneficial to bring that back, you know. And even the bombardier drone, let's up the damage on that as well. Let's bring if we're gonna bring skills in here that's gonna be disruptive, let's really disrupt and make people that play like chess instead of playing checkers all the time, playing with the highest damage build, or playing with the best skill build, or playing with the best seeker mine build, or the best oxidizer, or the best fire starter. Let's move on from those and let's bring back some of the niche ones like the sticky bombs. Well, not the sticky bombs. Sticky bombs still strong as heck. Like the bombardier drone. How about a sniper drone? We got a sniper turret. Why not a variant like a sniper drone? I think that would be very disruptive. You send a sniper drone after somebody, and they literally could get picked off by a sniper, a flying sniper. I think that would be kind of dope. I think it'd be very disruptive, but I think it'd be dope nonetheless. How would you plan for a sniper drone, because I'm pretty sure people are not really up for having the striker drone chase them down, let alone a sniper drone. Ugh, things will get ugly out here real quick, you know. So, ugh, that's just dirty. I know I'm dirty with things I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of a seeker mine with Oxy, a oxidizer seeker mine, where it explodes and drops a cloud of oxidizer on you. How about that? If we want to get gritty, I can think of some gritty things to do for the game that would be absolutely amazing and absolutely disruptive. But while I was playing Conflict these 10 rounds and 10 matches, you know, it was not easy. It took me over a couple of hours to do. Not, you're getting the shorter version of it, the 30-minute version of everything that I did. But like, some of the situations I got in were really hectic, and they were really after me. And I had to play very tactical. I had to play very nonchalant. And I did manage to get some clips of stuff that I thought was disturbing, like these last two clips here, was the damage and armor combo is really overpowered when it comes to people that wear armor and put out damage. I thought that most looter shooters don't do that. Division is the only looter shooter I know of that literally only has straight up, you build it, it is what it is, you know? The only thing that I'm working on now is build-wise is the 3 builds that I use in Conflict, right? This is one. I killed 54, well, take that back. I killed 27 agents. I got, I think it was 21 assists. And I ended up with 23 caches at the end of it. So, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Is Conflict worth playing? Well, I started my season pass and I was at 16 when I started working on these 2 videos. I am now at season level 27. So a little bit over 15 levels by playing 20 rounds of Conflict, which took me about 2 hours one time and 2 hours another time. So about 4 hours of gameplay, I went all the way up 15 levels. Okay, 4 hours of gameplay, up 15 levels. I'm pretty sure there is a more efficient way of doing that, but this was the funnest way I found to do that. And on top of being fun, I'm actually absolutely making headway in my game style, you know? Am I tactical? Am I going to rush them down? Am I going to just tag along with somebody and we focus fire? I don't know. And being that I don't know, it is very hard for me to say that Conflict is either yay or nay a good source of farming for the game, to farm the season pass levels or to farm the caches. But let me break it down to you. For every Conflict match, win or lose, you're gonna get a cache, okay? Let's put that out there. For every Conflict match, you are going to get a cache, no matter what. For every Conflict win, you are going to get 2 caches. That's an absolute given. There's no do not pass go, do not collect $200. You're gonna get those things. If you win the match and level up at the same time, get your Conflict level up and manage to go all the way around the SHD circle and level up your conflict level on top of getting the win cache. You are going to get an extra cache, so you're going to get 3 caches if you win and level up. So a win and level up, 3 caches, 1 win, 2 caches, and if you lose, 1 cache. So each one of these caches have either 2 weapons, a gear piece and a weapon, or a gear piece, a weapon, an exotic, and another gear piece. Yeah, they buffed the heck out of the conflict caches. The conflict caches may be the most lucrative way of getting any type of exotic in the game, if you want my personal opinion, because all you have to do is win in conflict. That eliminates the guesswork of whether or not I'm going to get an exotic. I rarely run conflict and open up a conflict cache and don't have an exotic. Yes, sometimes I have 2. I've had upwards to, as I opened up conflict caches, 7, 8, 9, 10, you name it. I've had a bunch of them. When I say a bunch, I'm not even joking. I mean a whole bunch. But that is neither here nor there. Let's get right into the other component of conflict, the game mode itself. How long does it take to get a match? On a typical day, on off hours, it may take you 3 to 5 minutes to get a match. On high peak times, it may take you 1 to 2 minutes to get a match. On high volume days such as updates, new gear, new weapons, new brand sets, new gear sets, new weapons, new exotics, and things of that nature, it may take you between 30 to 45 seconds to get a match. So, being that there are so many nuances with that, I do believe that conflict is not dead. It's very workable, you know. I believe if you are a person that wants your PvP fix and you don't want to go to the dark zone, this is the place for you, is conflict, because you can guarantee you're going to either go in there 4v4, 3v3, 2v2, 1v1, all the rest in between in conflict. I promise you that there's going to be something going on in conflict for sure, for sure. Now, with it being something that's going on in conflict for sure, you don't have that guesswork whether or not am I going to get a rumble, am I going to get a fight, am I going to get this thing going. You are going to get this thing going for sure. So that checks another box for me as far as whether or not conflict is a playable game mode, because it's definitely not Descent. Descent was a great premise, but it was a bad idea. We know it, and Descent just died. Literally, the game mode just literally died. They stopped really putting effort into the lore content for it. Now we got just random people talking in some of the Descent comms and things of that nature. I'm like, well, there's no reason to go in there and get that when we got all the other stuff. Well, if they want to do all the Descent comms that were available and something like that, they can put that in like caches or something like that, or something we can get at the end of the season, which, totally be honest with you, that's what I'm really looking forward to, is the end of the season. And also, being that they made a mistake on the pistol, the Tempest, oh my God. A lot of people got the Tempest. I wasn't able to get one. I wish I got my hands on one, because I swear for living Lord, I have a build already in mind for that weapon. But being that the Tempest was released beforehand and a lot of people have the Tempest now, they are going to do something really cool. They're actually going to let us keep the Tempest. If you have it, you got it. If you know, you know. They're taking it out of the last mission, so that's gonna go. That's gonna go away. But when it comes down to that Halloween event thing that they got going on, we're gonna have a chance to get the Tempest by running the summit. Ooh, that's crazy work. And I'm not sure if they're gonna lock it behind a certain thing like they did with the capacitor, where you have to do all these different type of things to get it, or are they going to just make it where, like, you make it to floor 100, you have a 10% chance of it dropping from a hunter if you kill all the hunters. If you do it solo, if you kill a hunter, it could possibly drop from it. And you have between 3 and 2. I'm sorry, you have between 2 and 5 hunters at the floor 100. Now, you know that they decided that they weren't going to let people stay in that room anymore. They booted us out of that room, so you're going to have to go into the room with the hunters, and you're going to be bombarded with everything. So if you're doing it on heroic or legendary, just know when you get into it with the hunters, it's not going to be a fair fight. Just to give you a heads up. So that happened, and being that we are going to have a chance of getting the Tempest early, guess what they said? They said they're going to do something different to, or add either another item or another weapon at the end of the climax mission this time. So basically, we're going to get another exotic for this season because of a mistake. We're getting something cool, which is all right with me. If we're getting another exotic, and say for instance, said exotic is one of those exotics that comes around maybe once in a lifetime, like the pestilence, Elmos, the Elmos, and what do you call it? Ouroboros, and the pestilence, Elmos, Ouroboros, Iron Lung, Eagle Bearer, and Bighorn. Also, I don't want to exclude one of them. One of them I really don't want to exclude. The one I don't want to exclude is the Regulus. That is a monster in itself. The Ravenous can be a monster if you know how to work the mechanics. So I wouldn't say that the Ravenous is out of the running too, as far as a top tier weapon. The Ravenous shoots 2 bullets at a time, so it's like running a double barrel shotgun. So it's, but tomato. The damage on the Ravenous is not really my cup of tea, but it's fully auto now, so that all automatically brings that up to a different tier. I would say it's around maybe in between A and B tier for the Ravenous. Okay, now moving on to the elephant in the room of PvP has not gotten no love from the division. No. The last time there was an update for PvP was with Project Resolve. Am I upset about Project Resolve? I believe Project Resolve was Project Unresolved, because there was still some stuff that I feel could have been done better, you know? And being that there was a lot of stuff that could have been done better, then we would have had more stronger exotics. But I see the vision that division is going and the direction that it's taking now. They're taking a step back and actually looking and listening to the community. So that's the reason why us as a community must put our 2 cents in. And I mean, we have to put our 2 cents in for real. We can't be sitting back saying, "Oh well, the devs would never listen because if enough people give pushback, I'm sorry, if you push if a group of people is pushing you, you gonna come up with something. I'm trying to tell you, something's gonna crack because we were gonna have something stupid like it was going to be something. It was a dumb idea that they had earlier this year in the community. We all jumped down on them. It's like, no, we're not going for that. This is not the way we want to play, you know. And when you're in, now I'm going to go into, I'm going to give you the exact answer. Is conflict the place where you need to be? Yes and no. It's a two-sided coin. If you want PvP and you don't want to play PvE at all, but you still want to get good gear and you want to get the PvP exclusives, play Conflict. You'll get the most caches right away. You'll get some high quality gear if you're playing Conflict and winning. Even if you lose, you still get something. And sometimes the losing caches could have something God rolled that you needed or have been looking for. All of the drops are random, so anything could pop out of those caches at any time, okay? I would say yes. On that note, to go ahead and play Conflict as much as you possibly can. Build your builds up, fill your library and all that other stuff. Now, I know there's another efficient way of farming gear and all that stuff. We know about Countdown. Countdown is number one. We know that. We're not going to start talking about Countdown, all right? Yes, play Conflict if you want those things. Don't play Conflict expecting that every battle that you fight, you're going to be winning. No matter what build you have, you are going to hit the dirt. It's just what it is. Now, if you can stomach getting beat down sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, it's just what it is, then you can play Conflict. But don't play Conflict if you're thinking you're going to just come in there and dominate because you've been playing PvE forever and you know how to hit headshots and stuff like that. The way the NPCs move and things of that nature is close to a player. I say the closest to any division player I can say would be the hunters, because they use skills, you know, or the nemesis in Descent. But if they revamp Descent and they do something where Descent has places where you can save, like the summit and things of that nature, oh yeah, absolutely, you're gonna get people getting to those high levels and stuff like that. Or you give them a full-on loot pool for talent. Instead of the talents rotating, make the top talents that everybody likes permanent. Plagued Outcast, Bullet Hell, all this other stuff. You can do that and it will make such a difference for that game mode. And also, it gives people a chance to train themselves for other agents in the game. So PvP can be something that people can play and enjoy and things of that nature, and they have a place to practice. Dig this here. On another note, COD, we know it as the one game we don't want to talk about. They are making their progression like Division. Now, if you don't know, they are taking the campaign that people can run multiple times and actually level up their weapons and take it to PvP. I think that's crazy cool. I think that they got that from Division, because now COD also has a third person mode. Being that they have a third person mode, they are really trying to mimic what the division's success was. Now that they are trying to mimic what the division's success was, they're doing everything in their power to push certain things into their game. Do I feel like that they absolutely are copying? I don't know. It's a chances that they were copying, then it's a chance that they're not. But from what it looks like, it looks like there's a lot of the mainstream games out here that are taking a note from a lot of the successful games, Helldivers and other things of that nature, because even we are starting to get collabs over here in the division, which would be the craziest thing ever, is if we get collabs for like DC or Marvel or something like that, like we get Punisher outfits or Deadpool outfits or even Deathstroke outfits and Superman armor, or like from the Man of Steel stuff, like Zack Snyder's armor and stuff like that. That would be absolutely insanity if it does turn out like that. Now, if we never get stuff like that, that's fine. I'm just saying it would be kind of cool because we have a lot of cool skins. Like I have a Nemesis mask from the Resident Evil thing. I have the complete Resident Evil ensemble. I have an outfit from the Darkstalkers. I thought one of them was really cool, so I bought it. And these little microtransactions can push the game forward. I'm just saying. I don't mind spending money on good stuff. When you're doing good, like with Retaliations, it's insane. Retaliations is this good. It's been a long time since I played this game and there was something this fresh and something this raw and rigid. I'm not rigid, but expansive, because you don't know what the factions are going to throw at you, because now you have kill squads. Now you have maneuvers. You also have to definitely take back control points and different things of that nature. It's getting really, really cool. It's getting really, really wicked out there in the division land when it comes to that. I ran into a retaliation and two chainsaw guys were chasing me, along with the poison knife throwers, and also another named person that was trying to snipe me from like 30 yards away. Some of them are hiding and they don't want you to find them and things of that nature. But it gets really cool. Like you have to retake an area that you've already taken over. It can be 4 control points. It can be 2 control points. It's just one of those insane game modes. And then the opening of my caches here was crazy. I got a bunch of stuff. I looked at the loot and I also saw the quality of it. The quality is very, 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 very close to legendary. Yeah, you heard me. It's really, really close to legendary. Oh, don't mind the planes overhead. I just actually decided to make my video outside today because, for a simple fact is, I've been cooped up in the house for a while, so I decided to do something a little bit different and come outside with it. You know me, I do things in the raw. So excuse the plane flying overhead. But like I said, there is a big PvP thing that I feel needs to be adjusted. And where I see we need to be adjusting in PvP is we need to talk to the devs, email the devs, tell them, hey, let's get PvP some love, whether it be a new map, whether it be a new mode, something similar to skirmish, I would say, or a new skirmish, higher rewards, guaranteed rewards or something like that, you know. That would be kind of cool. Like if you play so many rounds of conflict throughout the week, you get XYZ or something like that. Maybe an exotic cache, maybe an exotic, maybe an exclusive exotic chance to drop. Because in the Dark Zone, you have a chance for the Eagle Bear, the Ravenous, and the Bighorn to drop. But you don't have a chance for the Regulus to drop, nor do you have a chance for any of the other ones like the Ouroboros and anything else. That would drive people back to PvP for sure, for sure. If there was guarantees, ooh, there he goes. There's that red column. I told you. There's always an exotic. There's always an exotic somewhere in these conflict caches. I told you. I freaking told you. I told you. I told you. So this was the red build that I was running. Of course, I switched it up on the fly and added the Petrov defense holster because I wanted to make sure that I had a little bit more LMG damage. I wasn't feeling the synergy with the build at first until I did that. Once I did that, it made the build all the more better. As you can see, I'm running all weapon damage on everything. Crit damage, crit chance is the theme. This is a 3-part series of opening up 10 caches and things of that nature, discussing gaming, and also letting people know that conflict does exist and it is still the place to be. Explaining that there are some flaws in conflict, so be aware of those flaws in conflict. Don't hold on to them too tight because you are going to just diminish what you're coming to conflict for. Remember, looter shooters are for loot. That's what you're coming for. That's what you're there for. You are there to rumble, win, and build. Now, if you lose, you still get the chance to build, but everybody wants to win. Just saying, everybody wants to win. Not everybody can win, but everybody does want to win. At least that's what I've come up with. Well, it's your boy Anubis Can't Be Stopped. This has been another Division 2 video. I appreciate each and every one of you out there that's liking and subscribing. The next one coming up is going to be my armor damage build. That's going to be the one that we're going to be chasing people down, and we're going to probably try to take as much damage possible. I'm probably going to have that up for you in about a day or so. Stay frosty out there, agents, and I will see you in the next one.